Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to do scheduled iPerf tests on the NetBeez agent. So we're going to dive into the dashboard to show you how to do that, have it scheduled out every, say, 5 minutes or every half hour. Let's dive right into it. So here I am in the dashboard, and what I'm going to do is just take a quick look of the agents, and this is the NetBeez dashboard, the NetBeez cloud. And specifically, we'll look at my agent, Roel, here. And we do have Francois' agent, but since I'm going to be testing iPerf, we'll look at my agent. And these are currently some of the tests that I'm doing. Now, to do a scheduled test with your iPerf configuration with your agent, we will go to the test tab. This is where you want to schedule all your tests, and there's various amounts of tests, but we'll stick to iPerf. And what I'm going to do here is click on Add Scheduled iPerf Test, and we're just going to give it a name here at the top. So I'll call it Roel's iPerf Test. And when we scroll down to the Assign Agents or Destination Server, we're going to enable this button here, the radio button, for multiple agents to a destination server. And then you're going to select your source agents. And so I'm going to select my agent, which will move it over to the right side here where it says one selected. And then we have to enter a destination server. So I know the IP address of my destination server. We will add that there. It then at when I hit tab, it will add it to the destination server selected. And then we will configure the type of test we want to do. So you want to configure a test that I, it will look like it will mimic the application that you are using in your environment. So in this case, I'm just going to do a TCP type test. And then we have to identify the server port for that iPerf server. And I know that it is configured for 5202, which is different from the default port server for iPerf. You can set a test duration. How long do you want to run this iPerf test for? So I'm just going to do 60 seconds for this test duration. You can add how many parallel streams. Now, I just have one iPerf server that is hardwired into my switch. So I'm just going to do one parallel stream. It's a gig port. Um, and then we're going to set our TCP window size. So this really depends on uh, how big of a window size you want to configure for your iPerf test. And in this case, I think I'll just do 1024. And I do know that I'm using iPerf version 3. So that's going to be important with your tests. Now, when you select iPerf version 3, you'll have the option to do a reverse traffic test. And this is a test that would be measured from the destination server, the iPerf server, to your NetBeez agent. So this will mimic something like the agent downloading content or some sort of traffic. So I'll select that option. And then here on the bottom, as we scroll down to the end of this configuration, we want to schedule this test. So how often do you want to run the iPerf test? I'm going to select every hour at whatever minute past the hour, right? So we want to configure this test for this video purpose to maybe be every 40 minutes past the hour, then we will save that. And so here at the bottom, now that it is saved, it is configured to run every hour at 40 minutes past the hour. And so we will click into that. And what we have to do now is wait when it hits 40 minutes past the hour of this recording. Hopefully, I had scheduled that correctly. Then we should be able to see some data. As you can see, I do have a lot of other tests here. Francois has also been testing this his agent in his lab environment. So I do have a previous iPerf server set configuration set up, and I can show you that the TCP window size is just 1 MB. It's a very small window size, but I do have it for iPerf version 3. And then I have it scheduled to run every hour at 5 minutes past the hour, 25 minutes past the hour, 45 minutes past the hour, and 55 minutes past the hour. And here you can see at these time frames that we have set up what that iPerf iPerf3 test looks like over the wireless network. So this agent is relatively close to this test access point I have set up. It's a Cisco 9115 Wi-Fi 6 access point, and I am getting about 100 and 6, 7, or 8, 108 megabits per second on this iPerf test. But if we scroll back, I had put some QoS settings on this previously. I think I just passed it. You can see how it dips there to 1.29 megabits per second because I had applied a throttle to this SSID just to show that I could see the iPerf test results change based on those settings. So that's the iPerf test there. Um, Hopefully you guys understand how to create these tests, these scheduled tests, why they are useful, because you could then test multiple agents in a distributed fashion. So you can test them all at different sites with the same type of test. And then you can create a baseline for how your wireless network looks, and then create a an alert for when there's a deviation from that baseline, and then you could act upon that and figure out why there's a change in your wireless network, and what can you do to fix that. So this is a way to be proactive and also monitor your network. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Head over to the show notes page where we talk about this extensively on a podcast, which was sponsored by NetBeez, and that's cleartosend.net/187. Thank you guys.